view? Is that the view? You know what? I think low-key Jesse just watches it until we do our intro. See? You see? You see what I mean? And with that being said, my peeps, what is up, one and all? Welcome to the Fetterly Club Podcast. I'm sorry. I mean, I think everybody caught that, though, because I had it on streaming when I said that shit, so...
You know what I find funny is that we always enter these awkwardly and we end them awkwardly.
We do!
That's awesome.
Alrighty. Well, anyways, everybody, thank you for joining us on this Fetterly Club Podcast. I am the glorious one here with the Oz.
Morning.
And down there, it's Jesse Sealing with his hair, I think. Oh, there we go.
You have beautiful ceilings.
Local Steve Jesser's down there.
Good morning.
Morning. Oh,
you have amazing ceilings, sir.
You do, bro. Now, those angles, those camera shots, those are the money
that
shots.
plant in the corner?
Real money
Sexy.
shots. Yes, that's how we start our podcasts here.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, Oz, how was your weekend, man? Or how was your week?
It was good. I was busy at work. I decided to take some time off.
Good. Well,
so yeah, I mean, I'll be back in about a week and a half.
Cool. Mm-hmm. All right, Jesse Sealing, how was your week? Any fluorescent lighting that hit you awkwardly, or any curtains, any nails going through you? Oh, there you are. Hey, what up, Jesse?
Hey, what's up?
How was your week?
Just week was good.
Oh, fire!
Here, stop taking out the eggs, dude. I'll make you breakfast right now. Go.
Can I get some breakfast too?
Yeah, look, check this out. We got like these super organic eggs, and they're blue.
The fuck?
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
So you can say they're blue eggs.
Yeah. All right, dude.
What about you, Mr. Ramon? How was your week?
It was interesting to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of drama stuff happened over the week. But thankfully everything's somewhat back to normal at the house. So
yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, yesterday was pretty chill. I just recuperated from the week,
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so I didn't really do much. I did watch a couple of Dragon Ball Z episodes. So
okay.
I finished the Raditz saga. So for those that know Dragon Ball Z, that's when you find out that Raditz is Goku's brother and all of that stuff. So I finished watching that. I think I'm gonna just finish that whole Dragon Ball Z season up to Majin Buu.
Okay.
But, I was watching it and I was thinking of the voice actor who passed away, and I was just listening to him, and I was just like,
yeah,
that's crazy. I'm
It's
not gonna be
nuts.
able to hear that voice anymore. You know what I
Right.
mean? So this is a good way
Hi,
to
good morning.
remember, and But
Right.
yeah, other than that was my week. I was rambling on. My bad.
Well, I went Friday to go get COVID tested.
Oh.
For work. Man, you know what? It was my first time, but it's an experience.
Did you do the
really,
nasal one?
really. Yeah, I did the nasal one. Obviously, it's all through appointment. So my appointment was made at the Mexican Consular on 6th Street down there. But man, the second you get there, they're not messing around. Like when you get there, there's two lines split. You either have the appointment or you don't. I was lucky enough to make an appointment. But them people are aggressive. Like the second I step into the appointment line, the security guard's like, stop. Do you have an appointment? And I go, yeah, I have an appointment. He's like, can I see your confirmation? So I have it on my phone, my confirmation, right? There's like, okay, stand at the X, don't move. I will call you in. I'm like, oh, yes, sir. I just wanted to put my hands up like this and shit and put my hands up. Spread the butt cheeks. Okay.
Oh.
But so it took about maybe about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. And he's like, okay, come on in, go right to the X and don't move. So it's another X where obviously the lady is taking your information, what's your name, what's your patient ID number. And So I gave her the patient ID number, and like they won't let you move from the X where you're designated.
Yeah.
They won't let you move. So she's like, first question, only question is, do you have any of these symptoms? And it's a list of all the COVID symptoms, stuff like that.
Yep.
And I said, no, I'm not pregnant. I don't have diarrhea. She's like, okay, so what's your patient ID number? And you give them your name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, stay right here. Because there was somebody in front of me. So they're like, okay, just wait right there. So I heard it wrong. It's like, wait over there. So I start moving and she says, oh, where are you going? Come back to the X. Right there. Don't move. So once they let the other person in, then I was moved to the actual, what I call the start line. And you see them in there. So I wait for my turn. So once they come out, they're like, they wait a few seconds, then you come in because the lady inside is changing her mask, changing her gloves, she's cleaning everything out. Like she doesn't touch the patient, but she still removes her gloves, throws them in the trash, gets a new pair of gloves, takes off the mask, puts on a new mask, blah, blah, blah. So I guess that's what they're doing for every patient. So once they let me in there, bro, the room is intimidating. Mind you, they're nice as hell. It's only one doctor, but the room is intimidating. You walk in and it's like surgical gloves everywhere, surgical mask everywhere. It's just a little tripod with her supplies, you and the doctor. And it's like, I had just seen that movie Contagion on Hulu. So it was exactly like that. And she just explains to you. She's like, I'm going to take this nasal swab. I'm going to do 4 circles, wait there 10 seconds, do it on the next one, 4 circles, wait there 10 seconds. Just pull your mask down to like right here, just to uncover your nose. So she does it, holds it, does it, holds it. And she's like, okay, you're done. Your results will be back in 4 to 6 days. And then they literally, you cannot touch any of the doors. They will open the doors for you. Mm-hmm. Once you step outside, they ask you, can you please take off your mask and put on another one when you're outside in case there were any contaminants in that mask. Yep. That shit is nuts. Like, it was the most intimidating thing I have ever experienced.
And I bet you it was in a span of like 30 minutes, huh? But it felt like forever.
Forever. No, it was actually in a span of 10 minutes.
Oh, shit.
But it felt like forever. Just like the waiting, the intimidation. Like, they're so strict on it. It's like, ooh, shit. Okay, you make the wrong move. Your ass is going to get shot right now. It's like, but yeah, so I'm waiting for those results. So until then, I'm off of work until getting paid, by the way. Hey. Thank you, state of California. And yeah, but that shit's nuts.
It is.
Like I mean, yes, we ought, us three at least take the COVID seriously, but when you're in that room, just like, oh shit, don't move. Yeah. They take it more seriously than anybody,
Well, yeah, because they're seeing other people.
Yeah. Not to mention too, like the fact that they're like just said, they're exposed to all these people, and they have to remember that they have to like go. I mean, obviously they're gonna have their full gated PPE gear. You know what I mean? But still, I mean, not everything's 100%. You know what I mean? So there may be like you said, like they made you switch your mask on the way out because you don't know. What if somebody while you were there actually might have had it? And it was all up on your mask, and you have to fix it, and you got to do this, and no glove. You know what I mean? I get it though. I mean, trust me, I know.
It was an experience. It was an experience, and I fingers crossed everything comes out negative, and I don't have to go back there because I don't think I could make it a second time.
Hell no, those things. Now, when they stuck that thing in your nose, bro, did you feel like sneezing or coughing or anything while it was?
No, I thought I was because the guy before me got swabbed and he started sneezing bad, like kind of Mick Foley status.
Yeah.
But no, me, I was like nuts like that. I was literally was like the whole time is like, God, I hope I'm not sick. God, I hope I'm not sick. Please don't be sick. Please don't be sick. Yeah, but no, I didn't feel like sneezing.
Yeah, no, because I've had it done 3 times. Basically where I work at. The first time. I mean, it did kind of feel weird, but it was like whatevs.
Yeah.
The second time, it kind of stung a little bit more, but that third time, that third time was horrible. Like, it had to have been, I felt like it was like the longest test out of the 3 that I had. Okay. That thing was like in there, and she was just like in there and doing all this shit, and I was just like, damn, you trying to pick, I mean, obviously it's not going to the brain or whatever. I'm like, damn, you trying to dig for gold and get some brain out there or something? But it was bad. As soon as she pulled out the swab, I started sneezing.
Oh, okay.
She's like, because it's one of those drive-through ones for us.
Okay.
So I was
Yeah.
like that, and she was sticking it in there and everything, and then I felt like sneezing, and I started doing the whole like getting ready for it, and she's like, please don't sneeze, and I'm like, I was holding it, literally holding it. I'm telling you, as soon as that thing came out and her hand was out of the sneezing range, even though I still had my mask on, because I don't like sneezing in my mask, but that's just me. What I do is I lift the mask and I do this.
Yeah,
I sneeze
of
in my
course.
shirt, but that time I couldn't. As soon as her hand moved out, I just like, chew, because it was bad. I mean, every experience is different. I'm not saying that every time you're going to go get that done, it's going to hurt, or you're going to sneeze, or you're going to cough. Every experience is different. So if you're iffy about getting tested out there, don't be. Every experience is different.
Yes,
there
right.
are
That's
different
right.
tests out there too. It's not necessarily always the nasal swab. There's different tests out there. So don't be afraid to get tested.
In general, just get tested.
Get
in
tested.
general.
Yeah. That was my PSA.
You sneezed, huh, Ramon?
I did.
That's what he took from that.
Wow.
Well, when I took it, I didn't have to sneeze. I actually I kind of had do this weird ass cough.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I sneezed.
Cause that shit, I had to do it myself.
Ugh.
Ooh.
So
That nigga, that fool went all up in there.
I know how it comes out with a big old guajulo of blood and shit. Like,
Oh,
shit, I think I went too far.
First, the guy's like, okay, you're gonna have to insert it all the way in, and then you're gonna have to turn it like that for at least 10 seconds. And it's just me. It's not a nurse doing it for me. So I'm just like,
Ugh.
it I felt it in here, and then I'm just like, I'm getting teary eyed because it's legit hurting. But you're doing so. I have to administer the pain to myself in order. And then he's like, okay, you got to do the next one. And I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, it's trying to find the right passage going in there. Oh
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's
hell. And then as soon as I take it out, I just see freaking moco, a big ass.
Oof.
And I'm like, all right, this shit better get tested now.
This fool. I think it would be harder for someone to do it on themselves like you did. Because I think I'd be to the point where, okay, I can't do this shit no more. As opposed to you having to be there like this with somebody in there doing it for you, you can't tell them to stop. You have the power to stop yourself.
Yeah, but I had to do it for 15. And the guy's watching you.
Oh, shit.
So he's watching you, making sure you're doing it for X amount of time. And you can't take it out.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so that you guys try feeling that and try doing that and you gotta test
I'm okay.
yourself.
I'm okay.
I'm fine, thank you. I think one
you.
was fine.
Thank you for taking one for the team there, Jesse.
Yeah, but I was out for a day when I had took it, so I had to take the test and then I kind of got the results Monday morning, and then I was back to work.
I've noticed that too, that a lot of these tests now are taking less and less for the results to come in too. Because when it first started, it was, I think, about a week or so for you to get your results. Now, there's certain places you can get them 2 days after, 3 days after.
You can. There's some that I've even seen a sign somewhere. You get your results to as little, to as soon as 90 minutes.
Okay.
I think I did hear something about that too. But I think for those, you have to, pay. They're not
How,
free.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah.
Definitely something to look into if you have to be a more frequent COVID tester, stuff like that. Yeah. But how? Okay, question. I don't know. I just thought of this right now. Is Uber and Lyft still operating?
Yes, they are.
Okay. How frequently do the drivers get tested?
They have to, according to their apps and their health guidelines, they get tested every 2 days.
Oh shit! Oh hell no!
But they are also regulated to decontaminate their car after every passenger.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 days test window. So
you
take one on Monday, you have to take one on Wednesday.
Yeah, I also believe it depends on how many rides you do per day.
Yeah.
Well, shit, even just one.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have to also remember that some Uber and Lyft cars, and I've seen it myself, literally built their own plastic shield in their front to back seats.
I've seen that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, another thing too, how sure are you that the driver actually sanitized after you? Or before?
Yeah,
before
that
you.
too.
Absolutely.
What if he
Absolutely.
just like in the back seat and then he just gets his fucking Lysol and just goes, and then that's it. All right, we good.
All right, yeah.
Well, I mean, the good thing is that every car has to come with sanitizer, and if it doesn't, you have to report it on the app right away.
Oh,
that they don't have sanitizer.
Oh.
They have to. So even if their car is not clean, you can at least stay clean. And also as a regular Uber and Lyft driver, I recommend don't touch anything except the handle. Yeah. Don't be fucking sitting there and switching and touching. Oh, is this leather? No, don't do that. Just put your seatbelt on, touch the handle to get in and out. That's it.
That's it. Don't be all like, ooh, like God said, ooh, is that leather? Is that engraved in there?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Does that say tilapia colima in the back of your car? Don't touch anything. Leave it alone.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah.
That was a very interesting beginning segment to the podcast, but I'm gonna switch it up a bit, Oz, and I'm gonna go into sports.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Hanset said hi. And
good morning.
Caesar said, "You're not sure. Enter at your own risk."
Yeah, exactly.
The Uber. But
by the way, let me stop you right there real quick. Now that you mentioned Caesar, I want to stop and say congratulations to my brother Omar, who just had his baby boy in the state of Texas. Noah Martinez, welcome to the family, brother. And Julie, if you guys are watching this, congratulations. The baby is gorgeous, as always, in our family.
Congratulations.
Yes,
congratulations. Sweet. So I'm not gonna do it quick, but I'm gonna start off with Liga MX. As some of you might know, it was semifinals, or it's semifinals as it is right now. We had the second leg of the semifinals yesterday, and it was Chivas versus León, and León came up with a victory there, 1-0. So in the final overall score, it was what was that? It was 2-1. Technically 3-1 because of that away goal. You know how that counts as 2, but yeah. So it was a relatively early goal. It was, I'll tell you right now, it was scored on. Okay, I guess it doesn't want to give me stat on the 18th minute. So I guess Chivas couldn't recuperate after that goal. So GG's until the next tournament. We also have Cruz Azul against Pumas. I believe that's at 4:30 today. That's also gonna determine who is going to be playing against León in the finals. Cruz Azul actually won the first game 4-0. I mean, Cruz Azul scored in the first minute.
Okay.
And then they scored on the first, and they scored on the 7th, and I believe they scored on like the 22nd minute. I'll tell you right now. I'll give you the exact minutes. It was on the 2nd minute, the 8th minute, and then they scored on the 13th minute, and then they scored on the 95th minute. So, I mean, Cruz Azul was showing no mercy to Pumas, and honestly, I don't think they're gonna do that today either. I think they're just gonna I mean, let me rephrase. Let me pull that back a little bit, because Cruz Azul does have the habit of choking in big games.
Okay.
I mean, they did have, and remember, Cruz Azul was up on America on the finals. I think it was like 3-0 or something like that.
They were up 2-0.
And freaking America came back, and didn't Munoz score a goal that game too?
Yeah.
Moises Munoz scored. Oh, he scored the winning one too, no?
Yeah, Munoz and Mosquera.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, Cruz Azul has a habit of blowing the big ones, so hopefully that doesn't happen again today. But I mean, 4 goals is a lot. I mean, fuck. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Gaz? You think Cruz Azul can pull it off today, or are they gonna be the Cruz Azul of old?
Who are they facing again?
Pumas.
Either one, I believe Cruz Azul hasn't won a championship in about 20-something years, if I'm close enough. And then Pumas have been that team that just come close, and just can't pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
So either way, it's going to be a good championship. Do I think Cruz Azul might win it? They could. They have the power for it. I've seen the roster. It's just if they can get out of their own head and don't say things like we've been here before, but we choke. Let's not try to choke.
Yeah.
It's gonna mess you up a lot. I hope that this is it, so they can have their moment, the one that they've been waiting for.
Dude.
But if history repeats itself, it's gonna be a long vacation.
It is.
Somebody getting fired.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. So that's pretty much it. So again, 4:30 today. That's a must-see game.
Okay.
Because again, that's gonna determine who Leon's gonna play. And honestly, I would love to see Cruz Azul advance to the final and finally win the big one. Because I do have a lot of friends that are Cruz Azul fans, and to watch them be like, oh, we were right there. Oh, we almost had it. Oh, I can't believe that happened. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry, you guys. I have a feel. I'm gonna just put it out there in existence. I think they might win it this time. I do.
Yeah.
But
What?
yeah, we'll see with that. And in some more football news, the MLS is also in their playoffs, and they're also in their conference finals. The first conference finals will be today, and that is going to be, I believe, it's the Revolution versus Columbus. New England, I don't know, man. I think New England's gonna win it. They went from playing in the play-in bracket to being in the conference final. I mean, and it's not even like they barely win. Like they're winning. Like they won last week against Orlando 3-1, and there's a play on there that I'm gonna bring back a little bit later. But yeah, dude, it was like it wasn't even like, oh man, it was really close. No, they just went through them. I saw that game. It was pretty good. Columbus beat Nashville. Their Cinderella story is unfortunately over for Nashville. They also were in a playoff game as well and made it to the semis. But as you know, Columbus beat them 2-0. And on the other side, on the west side, Seattle beat Dallas, and Minnesota beat number one Sporting Kansas City. Go ahead and laugh off the talk.
Go for it.
That's what I get when your brain is thinking faster than your mouth can move. You know what I mean? How does my mom say? Se te lengua la traba.
Yeah.
So that game is going to be actually tomorrow, which is a bit surprising for a playoff game to be on a weekday. It should have been maybe New England or, Seattle playing Minnesota yesterday and New England playing Columbus today or something, just so that way, they know who's going to be in the final. But, that's not our job to call, man. The one play that I did want to talk about during this game was very, very, really, I mean, I personally think, and that's me as a ref, as soon as I saw this play, I was just like, no way, dude. He needs to go. And sure enough, he was kicked out. But the reaction after the foul from the players' teammates was ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. I get, you're trying to go up for your teammate. You're trying to as a captain, kind of like justify what happened or whatever. But there's no justification for this play. I'm going to go ahead and switch it to our second screen here so you guys can see the play that I'm talking about. Let me see here. Let's switch it really quick. There we go. Let's full screen this play. I don't think you can. Oh, here, let me. Look at how and watch the slow-mo. He cocked his leg back to get more impact on his calf. Look. Boom. I'm going to see if I can slow it down right here. Look. Okay. Didn't work. Okay. I'm going to bring it back right here. Look at this could have been a hell of a lot worse, man. Because if you see here, right here, the player's foot's already planted. His cleats are on the ground. Had there been more force here pushing this way, he could have broken that shit. Because his force is sliding towards his leg. If his cleats are down here packed, it could have ended a lot worse. Let me exit this now. I don't know, man. What do you think about that play, Oz? Even you cringed at it. Because
it was dirty.
And I saw it live. I was like, oh!
That's what we call a dirty play.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
That was horrible, dude. And then, let me see if I can go to the reaction of his teammates. Because Nani was livid after that play. And he was just getting all up in the ref's face. Like, I get it. You're trying to go up to bat for your teammate. But don't get in the ref's face like that, because you're going to make things a hell of a lot worse. Because then your teammates, you as a captain, are good. It makes it look like it's okay for you to get into the ref's face like that. And then you got all of these fools coming behind you, getting in the ref's face and doing all this stuff, making things worse.
Right.
That play was just horrible. Let me see if I have the reaction of his teammates here. Oh, right here.
Regarding that play.
Yeah, there you go. Go, Pan.
The score was 2-0, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the reason they got mad, and I've seen this before, is I think the ref might have let other fouls get away. Because they were kind of pointing towards the other end of the field on some of the play. Like most of the kind of like talking back and forth.
Watch.
I wouldn't doubt.
Keep on talking. I'm going to switch it to the screen so people can see what you're talking about.
I wouldn't doubt some of the players got hit, by the opposing team.
Yeah. But see.
Okay.
So the thing is, though, I get it, but does there really need to be 5 to 6 players around the referee trying to explain that, though? Like. And then another player comes and pushes the guy from New England on the ground. Like, there was.
Well, you got to think about it. There's a lot of emotion in this game.
Yeah,
a lot of emotion. Like, remember back when Dallas and the Lakers played in the finals? Not finals. I think it was Western Conference or first round, and Andrew Bynum clotheslines that player from Dallas.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Let me switch back to our.
And then the following play, I think it was Lamar Odom. So, come on now. I mean, it's very emotional game.
Or the elbow that Meta World Peace threw también.
Oh yeah, that was it. Meta World
Peace. Who was it to Harden? No, when he was in the Thunder.
Yeah, to Harden. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I remember that. So on that one.
Well, see, I mean, damn, like that probably cost OKC a finals because he was out for the finals.
Yeah.
So championship. I mean, so hey, you gotta. I mean, it's an emotional game. I've seen you get like that inside freaking the gym.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's all emotion, dude. You can't blame them for their reaction like that. You would have done the same thing if you were in that position at that time, and I know you would.
Would I though? Now?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
No.
Before,
No.
I think so. I don't think I'd be like that now. Well, no, let me take that back. I probably would.
Okay.
I probably
You
would.
are the most competitive person I know.
I am. I get pissed off at video games.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen you break controllers and TVs. Come on now.
Oh yeah, by the way, I've gone through a fair share of controllers, my peeps. So just to let you know that I have. Oh, Caesar said les dimos chanza. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming that might be the.
He's a Pumas fan.
Oh.
Yeah, just FYI.
Okay, they might come back, man. They might come back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've lost. They've lost. Crystal has lost before, and they've had. But anyway, that was that. So on that one, the reason why I brought that up is because let me find that tab where I was at. So it says MLS Disciplinary Committee, Mauricio Pereira, Jonathan Osorio. I can't even pronounce. Man, I'm really bad at mispronouncing last names, yo.
Yeah. Well, I can't see your screen, so I can't even fix it for you, but go ahead.
Osorio. What the hell? Suspended. Orlando City has been fined. The coach was fined an undisclosed amount for allowing, as you guys saw when I was showing the video, the cluttering of players on a ref. It says The MLS disciplinary committee has found Orlando City SC in violation of the mass confrontation policy in the 60th and 71st minutes of their Eastern Conference semifinal match against the New England Revolution in the playoffs on November 29th. Orlando has violated the mass confrontation policy for a third time this season, and the organization and head coach Oscar Pareja have been fined an undisclosed amount for their actions. So, I wonder if that mass confrontation has to do with COVID, or is that just a general rule?
It could be a general rule. I know it's a general rule everywhere. I mean, as far as I know.
Yeah, because as far as, going back to reffing as well, typically you actually, pre-game, you tell the team and the captain, like, hey, if there's any issues on the field, I want you to address them to me. And if you can't address them to me, you typically have a captain and an assistant captain, or a co-captain, or whatever the hell you want to call them.
Right.
So when I do that, I tell them, like, I want to hear from you, and if you can't talk to me or you're not on the pitch, your second in command needs to tell me what's going on. I don't need all of you telling me at the same time, which I think is what's going on here. Mm-hmm. But I think even more now with the whole COVID situation, I mean, I don't think anybody should be crowding like that. I mean, as you saw in the video, I mean, they were really close to him. Like literally in his face. Nani was like right here yelling at him.
Yeah.
Mind you, these players do get COVID tested. The refs do too. Like the staff is supposed to all get COVID tested. But there's always that one, you never know.
It's still a social distancing issue.
It is. So do you think MLS was in the right to do what they did as far as fining the organization and the coach in general for what happened that day?
I believe so, because right now with everything is you have to set the example.
Yeah.
With everything, with every single sport right now, they're not taking any chances with everything. You have to save face, especially in the media eye, in the board, in the chairman of the board's eyes, and the everybody that's putting money into your team. You have to save face.
Yep.
And as sad to say, sometimes an example has to be made.
Yeah.
And I think this is a situation in which they were made the example.
Yeah, and mind you that they were playing in Orlando, and they actually have in-person attendance there. Mind you, it's scattered around or whatever. They're following guidelines, but still, what if somebody that's in attendance is asymptomatic?
Exactly.
I don't know, man. I'm still kind of iffy on the whole attendance thing. Jesse, looks like you got something to say.
That's on the end of the county as well as the state for allowing that. If there is a big fear of fans in attendance having COVID, I mean, you guys have the option to play in closed doors.
Yeah.
So, and also the league as well for permitting that. The MLS can't kind of go back on what they agreed on or what they said. If they say, hey, no fans, no fans. So I think MLS also take responsibility for dropping the ball there.
Yeah.
And then I think the guy got punished, like you were saying, right? Fined.
Oh yeah, I think he got like an extra 2-game suspension aside from I guess whatever.
I think it was a okay punishment, but I mean, like you said, you got to set the example.
Yeah.
MLS has to set the example and show that we're not going to tolerate that.
Now, Jesse, you weren't on when I showed the clip of the actual pre-going live. What do you think about that play? I mean, I like I told Oz. I mean, it could have gone a lot worse had there been more momentum on that.
I've seen a lot worse. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
In Europe, in the European leagues.
Oh hell yeah.
You see a lot worse. You see even where the player is out cold.
Let me look that up.
Yeah. Look at
Carlos
not Raúl Jimenez this weekend with
the broken skull
Luis.
Or the fractured cranium or whatever the hell.
You can actually hear the head thump together in that video.
So I actually didn't see that play. How did that occur?
It was a corner kick. Both
two headbutts, right?
Two headbutts. It was a corner kick. Raúl Jimenez trying to go for the goal, and David Luis doing his job as a defender, missed the ball. Just hear the big old head clack.
You know, and I was watching some stuff like on social media. Like they were giving the defender a hard time.
Yeah, because well, I mean, he does defend. His job is to stop the ball.
Yeah.
And you can't control your head during a header, especially in a fast movement as it was. Now, mind you, maybe he came in too hard, but that's his job. That's his job. And it's not like he walked away with the field like nothing, wiping his hands. That man had a gigantic gash on the side of his head that was bleeding out. You know, Raul Jimenez got completely knocked out. Yeah, Raul Jimenez got completely knocked out. He was out cold. You can see it in the video. He's not moving.
I think another factor was how hard was Jimenez really going?
Yeah.
Because if Jimenez was just kind of going soft, like just like a normal, then I can see David Luiz coming in full force
and then clocking him. But I mean, obviously,
that's his job.
Yeah, no, but no, I get it.
I'm not saying what he did was wrong, but I'm just saying, like it's just like a natural reaction. To him defending. I mean, his job is to get the ball out of there. So
yeah, exactly.
And then the thing, us as I'm gonna say us as former players, because I mean I haven't touched the soccer ball in, and mind you, playing, not reffing, but you know, when a corner's coming, you're not paying attention to your surroundings. You're trying to time the ball as it's coming down so you can actually get in there and head it.
Exactly.
So your eyes are just up here. You're not paying attention to the defender coming this way to try and take it away from you. You're right here matching the ball going back to try and do this or do that or just tap it in there.
Absolutely.
So when the defender comes
anything else but the ball,
it's literally just like how it happened, lights out, because you're not bracing yourself for that hit. You're bracing yourself to do the header. So if the ball's coming this way, this part's getting kind of like this. Forget it. It's just you're not paying attention on corner kicks to your surroundings. You're paying attention
at all.
I got it.
Any type of center you're not paying attention to. You're not paying attention in anything but the ball.
Yeah, for real. So that was on that play. And with that being said, as far as, because we were talking about Cruz Azul and stuff as well, I kind of veered off. Just wanted to throw out that on the 16th, the CONCACAF Champions League is starting up again. And the first game, I believe, that is going to be played, actually it starts on the 15th, my apologies, and that's going to be Montreal Impact versus Olympia.
Okay.
That one, they had already, because some of these games had already started, pre-COVID. So a lot of the standing scores are still there. Like, for example, that game, I'm not sure who was up 2-1. Let me see. I think Olympia's up on Montreal 2-1. It's the second leg of the away and home stuff. Tigres is also against New York City FC. That's also on the 15th at 7:30. And then we have America playing against Atlanta United. And LAFC versus Cruz Azul on the 16th. So we have that coming up. I don't know how it's going to go down. I know that with MLS, I think their free agency start this upcoming week. So there's a lot of players that LAFC did not extend their contracts or didn't bother to do the option for them. So they're kind of free agents at the moment. So BWP is a big one. He helped us out during the bubble. I mean, he's been a pretty strong forward. It's just he wasn't re-signed, so I honestly think I think they should re-sign him. There's a lot of players that I would say I think it's time to go, like Harvey. Harvey he also wasn't re-signed. I think that's somebody you can sign, but honestly, I think he'd be more for coaching now. The defenders, because LAFC's weakness right now is defending. They have no defense. I mean, we had Siman, they let him go. You know what I mean? It's just we haven't been able to recuperate from that, and But anyway, that's what's happening with the CONCACAF Champions League. So that starts in 2 weeks, right? Let me see.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
Yeah, next week, next Tuesday. It starts next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! So that's with that. Do I have any other football news? Let's see here. Football. No, we talked about the MLS already. Oh, let's go to the NBA now. Hell yeah. Yeah, I saw those hands, Jesse. For those that tuned in last week, we were talking about Anthony Davis and potentially signing and all this stuff. At that time, he hadn't signed yet. He was still a free agent. We were talking about other potential signings that the Lakers could have had. But over the week, Anthony Davis agreed to a 5-year, $190 million maximum contract to stay with the Lakers. His option, there is a 5th-year contract termination clause in there. So after his 4th year, he can become an unrestricted free agent by canceling his 5th year with the Lakers. So he has that option. I kind of figured that was going to happen because, you're not just going to sign a contract without being able to get out at least 1 or 2 years before your actual contract. I thought it was going to be, because I heard about the 5 years, but I thought it was going to be like guaranteed 3 and then a player option for the other 2. But I guess no, I guess it's guaranteed 4, but you can terminate your contract on the 5th year. So,
okay.
Overall, I think that's pretty good. The Lakers are looking really, really, really good right now.
Yeah.
I think I did hear something about Kuzma. They're planning on extending his contract. So we'll see what happens there. And then also, LeVar Ball's over here talking about how all his 3 sons are going to come to Charlotte next season, and they're going to win a championship within, what was it? I think, Jesse, within like 3 to 5 years after they're all together, is what he said. He did manage to... LeVar Ball. This will say, Yeah.
Look, I credit him. He's the first. His actual the second child, LiAngelo, got a contract with Detroit.
A 1 year, not guaranteed though.
Yeah, it's like every day to day.
Yeah.
That's what they did to Dwight Howard when the Lakers signed him. They're pretty much, you got to prove yourself. If you hit their, if they like you, they're just gonna make your contract, full.
Yeah.
I give him credit for being confident with his kids. You got to be, as a dad, you got to believe in your kids. You can't just, be like, do whatever you can. No, but it's really cool. You don't always see a set of brothers, let alone 3 brothers, playing in the league at the same time, and even just making it. So really cool. He's gonna talk the talk. So
yeah.
Well, we'll see. Did you speak about you spoke about Anthony Davis right now?
Yeah. So on I just brought up the LeVar thing just as a side note, but on Anthony Davis, it says, and this is an article from ESPN.com. I'm not taking credit for it. It says, All NBA forward Anthony Davis has formally agreed to a 5-year, $190 million maximum contract to stay with the defending champion Lakers. Clutch Sports CEO and founder Rich Paul told ESPN on Thursday. The deal includes an early termination option prior to the fifth year of the deal in the 2024-2025 season. Davis, a free agent, signed the contract Thursday. He has considered several short and long-term contract scenarios before accepting the full 5-year maximum offer, sources said. So, wow. That's a shit ton of money, man. And not to mention, which is another article that I'm going to bring up today, LeBron also signed his 2-year extension. So the Lakers are just shelling out this cash. But then again, they did let go of a lot of players. Or a lot of players didn't bother to do their options. So they have some type of cap space. So that, I guess that kind of helped them.
Yeah, but it also sucks because you kind of show like where they're trying to prioritize their money. Like, if I was LeBron James, I would try to cut my contract to at least 75 to 60% of what I was originally making and try to get more players. Because don't get me wrong, they're good players, but what makes you you got to be that confident if you think you're gonna win like that again.
Yeah.
With just building a squad around 2 players.
Hey Jesse, Is this bringing you back vibes of when the Lakers had like Lamar Odom? They had Gary Payton. They had Karl Malone. You remember that? You remember that squad, bro? Isn't that the squad that lost to the Pistons?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Pistons beat the Lakers. That nobody thought that was gonna happen, and they just came out of nowhere. And they just, it wasn't a sweep though, right? It was I think like what, like
no,
4-1, 4-2, or something like that.
I think they lost one game. The Pistons.
Yeah, that was I remember that. That was insane. Who did the Pistons have? They had
They had
the Wallaces. They had
who was defensive player Tashawn Prince, Richard Hamilton.
Oh, the mask.
Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups. Damn.
Billups. Yeah, so they had him.
Damn. Yeah.
They had a good squad.
They did. But is this squad giving you those vibes?
Well, it's giving me more of Cleveland kind of style vibes, honestly. I mean, anywhere LeBron goes, he's gonna take control of the team, management, who he wants, all that stuff. Because I guess now if you think about it, I guess he has a good resume. He's won, a few titles. He's been to the finals for X amount of years.
Every team he's played for has won a championship.
Yes.
Yeah. He even went back to Cleveland to win one over there. And mind you, who was it? It was Kevin Love?
Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving.
Oh, yeah. And,
a lot
J.R.
of that goes
Smith.
to Kyrie Irving.
Without
Kyrie Irving, they would have lost that fight.
Oh, now question. Warriors, when they did that what was it, back to back, right? Oh no, it was like the Warriors then.
It's slow, dude.
Right? It wasn't it like 1-1-1-1, like when that Warriors had that winning streak for championships.
Yeah, they won 2.
Now, what team do you think would be stronger, that squad or this Lakers squad now?
So are you going off of the Lakers squad that just won, or the? I'd still think Golden State.
Yeah, honestly, as much as
Golden State had a solid team.
Yeah.
Huh?
And plus, their range shooting was ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't. I'm sorry.
I mean,
you can't.
These guys were shooting 3-pointers from like out of nowhere, dude. Curry was just popping out of nowhere, bro. Like,
yeah.
You
and
shoot
he's
on
still
the
in his
ball,
prime.
he'd have 2 defenders on him, and he'd just shoot the ball, and it just. Just weird. Be like, what the hell? How the fuck can I go in?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And then also, like I had stated, LeBron James agrees to 2-year contract extension with the Lakers. The article states from DraftKings Nation, it says Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James has agreed to a 2-year, $85 million contract extension with the Lakers. James, who had 2 years left on his previous deal with the Lakers, with a player option for next season, now it appears he'll be under contract for at least until 2023. So that's actually pretty good. I'm pretty excited about that. The only thing, though, I would like to see after this, if he does end up staying with the Lakers after his contract expires, is what Jesse had said about like possibly taking like some type of cut to bring in a younger player to help out Anthony Davis. Because, I mean, as great as LeBron is, and, a lot of people may have their difference of opinions on this, but he's más allá que acá, you know what I mean? He's still a great player, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's phenomenal. Phenomenal? Get it? See what I did there?
I got you.
But, yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time before his minutes start getting cut, It's going to be like with Carmelo Anthony, who actually signed with the Blazers again, but he's going to be coming off the bench. I'm not saying that LeBron's going to be a bench player, but his minutes are going to get cut because, I mean, as we all know, the older you get, your body goes with you and you can only handle so much. You can only take so many kicks to the soccer head.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a video. Let me see if I have it here really quick that I wanted to show you guys where it was asked if you think either LeBron James or Anthony Davis is the better player within the Lakers, and a reporter answered LeBron, and I don't know if it's this one or not, but anyways, he went into detail onto why it is that LeBron is still the best player in the Lakers, and it kind of made sense. I mean, yeah, Anthony Davis was doing great in the bubble, so was LeBron, but LeBron tends to get a lot of attention. Like, for example, the play where Anthony Davis scored the 3-pointer against, I want to say, Dallas? No. Who was it? Was it Dallas?
Yeah, I think it was Dallas.
Where they double-teamed LeBron and left Anthony Davis wide open for that 3. Like, just having him on the field or on the court, makes a difference. I think it's gonna be a few years before, maybe not a few years. Yeah, maybe like 2 years before he gets knocked down from the spot where he's at right now. But I do think that LeBron James.
Here's a small little fun fact about LeBron James. Did you guys know that he offered $1.5 million to become a producer in a new Friday the 13th movie?
What? No.
Yeah.
I knew about that one.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He had placed a bid, $1.5 million, to become a producer because he wants to bring Jason Voorhees back to the screen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What do you think about that, Oz?
That's the only stat that I know LeBron James is out.
But I know you're a bit. Oh, whoa.
Careful.
Oh, I'll come back to something about that later. But what do you think about that,
on the
Oz?
subject of LeBron and the Lakers, a lot of what I want fans to also know, regarding that contract that LeBron just signed, that's a lot of money, and because of that money being already kind of assigned to LeBron, you're kind of taking the risk or the gamble of, after 2 years, you think Anthony Davis is going to be your star player.
True.
Let's not forget, Anthony Davis has a injury history back in New Orleans. So,
and in the bubble.
Because
he rolled his ankle, I think. He
has a lot of history of being injured. So let's just say, God forbid anything happens to either one of them, the Lakers are now looking like just a shell of themselves. So, that money should have been put to the side and get one more young free agent. I would have gone after maybe Devin Booker, do a trade, get him into, the Laker uniform. I would have asked, see if Anthony Davis wanted a smaller contract, but I mean, the guy just wants to get paid now.
Yeah.
And now that he won the title, he feels like LA is going to be the spot, but he knew right off the bat he was going to stay in LA.
Yeah.
I just don't know why he hesitated. I mean, the guy already has, endorsements here. So it sucks because you think of like, hey, you like, how long was it? It was 10 years after, since the Lakers won.
Yeah.
During that time, Kobe was still taking his max. The Lakers couldn't get anybody. Then all those draft picks, and then you trade everyone away. It was a risk, but I guess it paid off. But for how long? Is this just going to be a one-time thing? Then that's it. LeBron gasses out. Finally, Father Time catches up to him, and it's over.
Now, really quick, just to put a end to the sports section of this. I forgot where I was going with this. It had to do with LeBron. Oh
wow!
Here we go. Do you think LeBron is gonna end his career in Cleveland, or will he end with the Lakers?
Honestly, no. I wouldn't I wouldn't go back to Cleveland.
You think he'll finish as a Laker?
Yeah.
Yeah. We also don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years or the next extension. He could get injured to the point where he can't work anymore.
True. Yeah.
You got to take that into account. You always got to take that into account. He can, yes, he signed an X amount of extension. Nobody knows what's going to happen between here and that time.
I agree.
You know?
Because when the season starts in 2 weeks, he could straight have Klay Thompson. He can have a season-ending injury. Like, you don't knock on wood, but
yeah,
yeah. Well, that's gonna be it from me as far as sports. The Oz. I'm gonna go ahead and
before we end, hold on. Before we end on sports, would you go back to your hometown team for one whole year, knowing you're not going to make the playoffs, you're not going to make the finals, you're not going to have any type of special airtime because of how terrible your team is doing? Would you go back for 1 year?
Is it your retirement year? Yeah. Okay. Then absolutely. Bro, I always believe in closing the fairy tale where you started off. You know, even like exactly like you said, you know, you're not going to get anything out of it. You know, you're not going to make it to the playoffs. You're not going to get a chance of anything, but you're still saying your goodbyes. Think of it as like a world tour of goodbyes. You know, this is the final stop. You know, that's how I would see it as a player.
I agree too, because I mean, you pretty much just did everything you wanted to throughout your whole career. There's no reason for you to do it at the end of your career. Look at how Kobe and Pierce did it. They were just like, whatever. They just played, and I mean, Kobe dropped, what was it, 60 points on his last game, but still, I mean, he knew it was like, he didn't even care about the season if they advanced or not. I mean, I don't think they even did. He just finished the season, and that was it. Dwayne Wade did it too. So it's, I mean, I would. I if I already won championships, I already got, you know, a shit ton of money. I mean, this is my last year. Because if it wasn't for the team that drafted me, in his case, it's his home team, you know, who knows what would have happened, you know what I mean? So,
exactly.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be your home team. It could be the team that drafted you, you know what I mean? Like, pretty much saying, thank you for drafting me and bringing me into this, you know, here you go. I'm going out with you guys. You know, but that's just... Anyway... so that's going to be it. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So with that being said, we're going to move it on to the Oz.
All right. Thank you, first of all. I wanted to start this off with an update of a story that I did last week, which involved the movie Godzilla vs. Kong, possibly going to Netflix, because Netflix had placed a bid of $200 million for this movie to stream on their service. This week, it's been confirmed that specific movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, is going to HBO Max exclusively. Man. And it's part of a deal in which Warner Brothers is releasing all their 2021 movies exclusively on HBO Max, because theaters are closed right now, and obviously this company is afraid that they're going to make a small profit from whatever theaters are actually open. So they released a list of all their 2021 releases coming to HBO Max. That list includes Wonder Woman 1984, which is coming out December 25th on the platform, The Suicide Squad, Dune, The Many Saints of Newark, In the Heights, Space Jam: A New Legacy, Mortal Kombat, and The Matrix 4 are all going to HBO Max, respectively, on their release date. However, remember that they are still going to whatever theaters are open at the time of their release. Also note that this arrangement is not going to be permanent. It is only for the 2021 releases. There is still no word on what their schedule for 2022 looks like, which includes the Batman movie, which is going to be freaking awesome. Now, I have a couple of questions about this specific deal that they released. Does this excite? Do you want to get HBO Max now because of this deal that they reached? And also, what movie surprised you on that list that I just said? And what movie excites you the most on that list that I just said?
I'm going to grab this one really quick, Jess. I was unaware that they were going to make a fourth Matrix movie.
Exactly.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years in the making.
What the fuck? Mm-hmm. I didn't... Well, as you guys know, I mean, I'm not, like hardcore into movies like you guys are, but Matrix is, like, one of my favorite, like... movies.
Series
of movies. You know, I even bought the Enter the Matrix games for PlayStation 2. Like, I mean, I love that whole
Absolutely.
series. Yeah. You know, for me to just find out that they're making a fourth one, that's fucking awesome. I actually may just buy HBO Max just to fucking watch that shit. Mm-hmm. That one and the Space Jam movie.
The Space Jam movie starring LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Hold on, and quick note to that. It's for no additional cost.
Exactly.
You get to see the movies. It's
no
not going to be
cost.
like the whole Disney Plus situation where you have to be a subscriber and then pay $30. No. This is a part of your $14.99 monthly payment.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so Oz, do you have HBO Max?
I do. I got it.
Yeah, you do.
I did. I got it. You see it on my Xbox, don't you?
Yeah.
I do. I got HBO Max. So he goes like, oh, okay. Free trial and then $14.99. That's not bad.
That's not bad. Oh man, but no, on the real though, yeah, that's actually not bad. If you're gonna be getting all these movies for $14.99 a month, plus whatever else they got in there, I mean, can't beat that shit with a stick.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Well,
Jess,
I wouldn't get it till probably like more of the movies come out, because there's not really like the good movies don't come out till like later on in the year.
Yeah, most of these are going to come out during the summertime, which is the gap of May and August. But you forget that the Snyder Cut of Justice League is also coming out pretty soon. The content itself on HBO Max is actually really good. The content, the movies that are in there are awesome. The series, the exclusive series that are on there are freaking awesome.
Is South Park on HBO Max?
Yes, it is. Yeah. South Park is on HBO Max.
And Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
They're also on Hulu, though.
Yeah. Well, not for a long... Their contract's about to end.
That contract expires May 13th.
Okay. So when May 13th comes, I'm going to be switching to HBO Max.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the only reason why I got Hulu in the first place was because of Rick and Morty. Mm-hmm. You know, so if they're not going to be there anymore, I guess I'm going to have to go to HBO Max. Not to mention, I'm going to be getting all this other shit too, so why not?
All right. Let's move on. Any last words on this, guys?
Matrix 4 is going to kick ass.
By the way, you guys, anybody watching right now, leave in the comments what movie you're most excited for on that list, and we will read the answers next week.
We will.
The movie I'm excited for is King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Godzilla versus Kong. Also, Mortal Kombat. We haven't had a Mortal Kombat movie in about 20 years.
Well, we had the YouTube show. I don't know if you guys seen that one.
I did see the YouTube show, but it was almost as good as the Blade TV show, which is not good.
Or it's like asking for another Karate Kid movie and you get Cobra Kai. Oh!
you get the next Karate Kid.
The next Karate Kid. Yeah.
Hey, I actually like the one with Jackie Chan and what is it, Jaden Smith?
Yeah, Jaden Smith.
I actually like that one.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Now, everybody on this podcast, including anybody watching, knows about Funko Pop figures. So it's just a matter of time before Funko Pop releases a Selena Quintanilla Pop figure. This was released December 4th to coincide with the Netflix series that also just dropped. The Selena the series. It's available on Amazon, and there's a Hot Topic exclusive, which is Selena in her Houston Astrodome purple outfit, but it's diamond encrusted. So that's an exclusive. My question for this is: one, have you guys seen the series? And two, there's a lot of pop figures out there. What's one that you haven't seen that you wish was
out? Jesse,
one of me.
Okay.
There is. It's called Eminem.
Oh. As far as that series is concerned, I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff on social media. I guess a lot of people aren't happy about it.
I saw it. I actually finished it yesterday.
So I haven't seen it. I mean, you just said you'd have Oz. Is what people are claiming on the internet?
They're just complaining about how she looks.
Is that it? Is that
no,
the issue?
A majority of it comes off of how her hair looks.
How her hair looks, and the actress herself.
And
does not look like her. But the thing is that with the actress herself, what people are doing is they're comparing her to J-Lo. They're comparing her.
Yeah, you can't.
And that don't do that. Take that out of your mind. That's not my complaint on the series itself. I don't know if you guys have seen the series and you kind of.
I have not yet.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil this, but I will say
she
this.
dies.
Okay?
I know the spoil.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fun fact. No, my thing with the series, and I had a conversation with this with a friend of mine, Ashley. Hi, is the fact of how they're portraying the dad. They're portraying the dad as this nice, I'm gonna give you advice to make you survive in the world. When in reality, those who know the story of Selena and her family, her dad was an asshole.
Yeah, he was.
Her dad beat
her family. Her family's the one behind the freaking show.
I know.
So
I know they produced the series, so I understand that they're gonna play the dad as this good guy. I'm gonna give you advice on how to make it in the music world. But fucking, that's my one complaint. They're making him seem like he's like holier than that when he was an asshole.
Yeah.
Yep. You know
what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's my one complaint about this show. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I finished it, I did give it a Netflix rating of thumbs down because I really didn't enjoy it. That's my personal take. Maybe you guys see it. You guys maybe might change your mind. But for me right now, that series gets a thumbs down. Hopefully part 2 is a lot better than part 1.
I never really liked Selena. Her music, the movie. It was like whatever. Like not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. She doesn't really have a lot of songs either. I was kind of seeing that. Like she did like a couple covers instead of like
actually
more
had
original.
about 5 records before she passed away. Yeah.
Only like 3
obviously,
songs come to mind.
obviously in the series, part 1, again, another not semi spoiler. They didn't get to her time with Amor Prohibido, which is the biggest selling album that she had. They didn't get to that. They'll probably get to that in part 2, but there's already talks of it.
Is this about like her being alive still or something?
Yeah.
So she's not dead at the end.
She's not dead at the end. It's at the end of part 1. At the end, I don't want to spoil the damn series because
yes,
you're gonna watch it.
Just fucking talk about it. It's like
okay. I mean, you know this. Yeah.
Like
okay.
A fake character. She was alive at one point.
The farthest that the series part 1 ends with the dad discovering that her and Chris Paris, her before husband, were actually starting to date. That's how the series ends. That's where it ends. And they're also creating the Como la Flor song, which was one of the biggest hits in the world. So that's where that part ends. Obviously, they're going to make you juicify for part 2, but I'm very hesitant to see when a part 2 comes out. That's just my personal opinion on it.
I don't think I'm gonna watch the series at all. So if you want to talk about it and say what I mean, obviously our viewers might be watching whatever, but if in pre or post production you want to talk about it, feel free, because I'm not gonna watch it. I mean, not saying that it doesn't interest me, but
leave it in the comments. You guys have seen it. Your guys' thoughts on it. If you guys agree with me, disagree with me, leave it all in the comments. All right, let's move on to the stupid drama with this monolith that keeps appearing and disappearing. It's so annoying. Yet another monolith has been discovered this morning in the Dutch Nature Preserve. Hikers came across this metal pillar walking in a Friesland Park, which this is reported by a Dutch paper named the Algemeen Dagblad. Now, this people suspect that this is a prank. The first monolith, obviously, as you know, was discovered in a Utah desert last month. Since then, others have appeared in Romania, California, and Pennsylvania. The Utah pillar, the Utah monolith was covertly removed. The Romania monolith has vanished. The California monolith was torn down and replaced with a cross, a Jesus cross. That's right. The Pennsylvania monolith was displayed outside of a candy shop in Pittsburgh, which turned out to be a marketing stunt. This new monolith was discovered Sunday morning at the Kickenberg Nature Preserve near the village of Odenhorn in Ireland. That's a mouthful. It was surrounded by ice and a small pool of water with no visible footprints. Hikers who discovered this pillar suspect that it's a New Year's Eve stunt. Now, the questions I have about this monolith for you guys is, first of all, your overall thoughts on this situation, because it keeps going and going and going. Now it's somewhere else. Now it's here. People tore it down. We don't know who. where do you guys feel it could appear next? And at some point, and this is from what I read in a conspiracy theory website, at what point do you become afraid of this thing?
Oh,
because we say it's man-made. Somebody can raise their hand saying, "Oh, well, I did it as an art project," but the government has ways of hiring people to give out the fake news out there. Look at every situation that's happened in shootings and everything. There's always what they call crisis actors hired by the government. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mic drop. At what point are you guys afraid of these things?
When they start looking a lot cleaner than just sheet metal.
Yeah, I honestly think, and again, going to conspiracies, I honestly think these other ones are being created. And again, these are all solely my opinions, not anybody else's, not my employers, not my organizations that I belong to. It's all me, Just disclaimer. Yep. I think that these other ones that are popping up out of nowhere are man-made and being placed as, like, I don't want to call them decoys. I know there's a word for it, but they're making it seem now like, yeah, the first one was man-made. That's why all these other ones are popping out all over the place. So,
carbon copies, basically.
Yeah. So I think that this is a ploy to kind of like bring down the whole thing of the first one. I think it's just trying to grab, like, now it's people just grabbing attention to pull away from the original one. Because the original one, I honestly do think that it was not man-made.
Exactly.
That's, again, my opinion. Jesse, feel free to opinionate on how you want to. But I personally think that this was not man-made. Because what are the odds that it's there and then all of a sudden it disappears?
Have you seen the video?
No. But anyway, Jesse.
But that video could have been, I mean, yeah, there's a video of people tearing it down and said, oh, this was supposed to be here this long. Again, these government officials are good at disguising themselves in the public eye.
Yep.
Look at all the Area 51 workers that go in and out of that spot living in rural Nevada out of nowhere. Yeah, and you'll never know.
I'm assuming Jesse's not a big conspiracy nut, huh?
Well, not for this fucking little piece of shit metal.
Yeah.
Look, the Utah, look, don't get me wrong. When it first happened, I was like, whoa, that's weird. But then I started thinking, it was probably the first thing that came to mind. I didn't think of aliens. I didn't think of anything like that. I was like, this is probably some artist putting that there. And it's kind of like a little bit of just kind of like art in the middle of nowhere, just this metal rod sticking out. So I was like, cool. So that's probably going to make a bunch of people start going over there and hiking and go find it, take pictures, all the normal stuff that happens when certain things are discovered. And it did. It was to the point where people were just pulling off to the side of the road and just start hiking.
Yeah.
And then while that one was still up, the Romania one came out. And then you can tell this thing was sanded down. It was pretty much worked on by all the swivels. So, and then
is calling you.
Yeah. Hold on.
All right. So I will, since Jesse's got to go do daddy duty really quick, I'm gonna jump.
So the whole thing, it's like whatever's.
Okay, to your point though. All right, if it was an artist and it blew up as big as it did, and you knew what you were doing when you did it, doing it on not your property, wouldn't you still want to take credit for it, regardless of how big it got?
No, because then you're gonna get a fucking serious federal fine and go to prison.
Then you'll be known as that guy though, or that girl, or that person.
Yeah, but I'd rather be known. I'd rather not be known and just be known for the artist that randomly puts stuff up in the.
But how would they know that?
Yeah, but at that point, anybody can take credit. Exactly.
How would they know that it was you if you're not taking credit for it?
Well,
it's like me taking a big old pile of shit in front of the apartments and fucking, oh my god, it's the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen, and fucking me like, oh. Well, I don't know,
and then I waddled out going, oh, it was me.
I took that fat ass shit, It was just some
unknown person that took a fat ass shit. It depends on the ego of the artist.
Well, obviously he has a big, huge ego if he's doing it on private property.
Yeah.
On private land.
Yeah, maybe it's something for people to, be like, hey, go out and go hiking. You'll find something cool like this.
Then why not post it?
Because it wasn't man-made.
Because he's not gonna. Okay, one, you don't want to take credit when you're making a federal offense. You don't. First off, and you guys can decide on your own if you do, but you definitely don't want to mess with government property.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do, when you vandalize, you don't go out start yelling, "Oh yeah, I tagged up that whole building right there. Oh yeah, I broke that window right there. Oh, I'm the one." Like when they were doing the whole protesting and they were running up to city buildings.
You can't really compare that.
They weren't. No, but they were going up and vandalizing property, which is the same thing considered to do with the whole monolith thing. It's just in a national forest or park.
So how do you explain to me the video of the supposed people taking down the Utah monolith while saying we weren't supposed to have this here this long?
Well, maybe because they weren't supposed to have
to
it there. I don't know. They're artists. Some artists take down art all the time.
But you're already exposing yourself to a camera and nothing happened.
True.
Well, maybe because you didn't get. Oh, well, they interviewed the guy. The guy was interviewed.
It's called a crisis actor.
Yeah, was he presented with any charges?
Okay.
I mean, if they interviewed him, they obviously know who he is. I haven't seen any reports of this guy being charged for anything. If it was them, then where are the news? Oh, we found out who it was. It was this guy. He's getting charged doing this for doing this. Like I haven't seen anything, and I watch the news every morning. So
I'll believe the conspiracy when each monolith looks legit and doesn't look like a freaking piece of metal, and they all look different. If it was by some company, they would all look the same. Or some being would make every monolith look the same.
Okay.
Respect that. All right. So moving on to my final story, I'm going to end my segment on a happy note. This is going to make us very happy and might even make us a little emotional because we're going to have to think back to our childhood. Ooh. Yesterday, December 5th, would have been Walt Disney's birthday.
Aww.
Walt Disney was born December 5th, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. Those who don't know and have been living under a rock, Walt Disney is the pioneer of American animation. Walt Disney has won 22 Academy Awards throughout his career, a record that still stands alone to this day. The only man to win 22 awards. Aside from crafting his animation, his empire includes the likes of Mickey Mouse, Dumbo, Snow White, among many others. This is just to name a few. This mogul also founded the happiest place on earth, Disneyland, and Walt Disney World. Walt Disney passed away from complications of lung cancer in 1966 at the age of 65 years old. December 5th, 2020 marks his 119th birthday. Now, the question to you guys is, I want you guys to think back to the very first time you stepped foot either Disney World or Disneyland. And also, I want you to tell me your favorite Disney memory of all time.
Okay, I'm going to take it because Basket can't talk right now.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went, it was a bit overwhelming. I was young as hell. I went with my dad and my mom. It was hella fun, don't get me wrong, but it was just a lot of people. And mind you, this was back then. Imagine now.
Yeah.
I think my fondest memory wasn't back in the day, but a little bit. I mean, it happened a couple of years ago, but, I went with somebody there, and this person hadn't been to Disneyland in over a decade. Just being able to surprise this person, taking this person there, and just watching this person enjoy themselves was great. That had to be my fondest memory. But yeah, other than that, just wanting to figure out if Walt Disney's actually frozen in some hidden compartment in what is it? The Haunted Mansion, right?
The Haunted Mansion by Club 33.
or going to that exclusive, what is it, Club 22?
Club 33.
Oh, 33?
Yeah. Man, I remember the first time I went to Disney. I was in the 6th grade at that time, and Griffith Middle School was having. You're basically donating your cans because they were going to recycle them and give the money to the homeless at that time, if I remember specifically. Every one of us in that school got one ticket to Disneyland. One ticket per person, and I had one, and my brother had one. So my mom and I believe was my aunt or my sister had decided that we're all going to go to Disneyland for the day. And I don't know about you guys, but at that time I didn't want to go. I was like, oh, this is stupid. I don't want to go, blah, blah, blah. And then you get to Disneyland and it kind of changes you. It still does to this day. It doesn't matter how old you get. You know, you can be like, oh, I don't want to go to Disneyland. So many people. It's so crowded, blah, blah, blah. And then you get there and it's just like, oh man, I'm glad I'm here right now. You know, it's a beautiful place to be. But my favorite Disney memory was when I took this kid here, right there, Jesse, and this girl here, Alondra, when I took them to Disneyland for the very first time. Or I think Jesse had gone before with his family, but those are the memories you can't make because there were no Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was no cameras other than what they provided you with the picture, and those are the best memories you're ever going to get. Please open Disneyland again, please.
Trust me, a lot of people want that to happen.
Yeah. Jess.
This is like I'm falling asleep. What's your fondest memory of
your first time in a Disney park and your favorite Disney memory?
First time was when my mom won tickets on Kiss FM to go to Disneyland. She got 4-pack of tickets. I think Oscar or somebody recorded that radio conversation, and it was on a little cassette tape, so we were able to hear it.
Oh, like you talking about the little small ones from the answering machines?
No, like the one from the radio, like the tape.
Oh, like the regular ones.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
They recorded. You know how you can back then when you wanted to make your mixtape, you would have to like time it, record it, and then play the music on the radio. Then
I remember that.
Wait for the next song to kick in, and then whatever song you like. So, my mom won that one. So I was 4 years old, I think, 3 or 4 years old. There's still pictures. My biggest excitement was to go see Goofy. So I had like the biggest smile. I think my parents told me that when we got to like a certain area where the new Goofy was, and I think I saw him, I just like bolted to him. And I like went and go hug him. And of course they probably got in line after, they got me and took my picture. But then after that, I think I didn't go till I was like maybe 10 or 11 years old. And then that one time where Oscar took me it was on either President's Day or Martin Luther King Day. It was on January. It was in January.
Yeah.
I think I was like 16 or 17. Mm-hmm. Took me again, and I got to take a picture with Goofy, which was pretty fun. And then after that, I went with a few of my friends because he was able to get free tickets because his like family member worked there. So, but I think the best memory there was probably taking Ezra, like just recently, like in February or January, because we kind of wanted him to see like all the characters instead of kind of getting on all the rides. So we went to like different. We had like a little autograph book made, like a custom one we made for him.
Yeah.
So the first one we saw was Donald Duck, and then the second one I think was then we want to go see Captain America, and then Spider-Man, and then Black Panther. Yeah. So he was like all over the place, and he had a blast. And when he gets to see Goofy, and it's cool because I don't really remember much of when I went to Disneyland like the first time. I can only go off of what I see from pictures and what they tell me what happened. So that's the only way I can tell you some of these stories. But when I see Ezra kind of like get that excited to see a character, he wants to go on Pirates of the Caribbean. He wants to go on all the rides. like I kind of see like maybe that's how I was, like a little glimpse of maybe that's how I was reacting when I saw some of the characters. So yeah, so I think taking the kids is probably like the best memory. We haven't taken Luna because they closed before she was born.
Yeah.
But best believe we're gonna go once it's fully open. And it's safe to go. We're not just gonna go when they say, yeah, you can go, just no COVID, but yeah.
Now, we have a very special guest who wants to share her Disneyland experiences. I'm going to pass the microphone and the camera over to her. Please welcome you guys to the Fetterly Club podcast. My niece, Alondra.
Alondra needs sodium!
Hi.
Bro Tato.
Hi.
She's like, ha ha.
First time at Disney and your favorite Disney memory.
My favorite what?
Your first time at Disneyland and your favorite Disney memory.
If I remember this correctly, the first time at Disneyland we went and I cried when I saw Miss Incredible and Goofy. Jesse can vouch for me. He was there when it happened.
I think you were 5 years old or 4 years old, I think.
Damn.
And my favorite Disney memory, I went, I think this was when I went with Oscar and Faith. I threw a fit because I wanted to, I had a really bad attitude, so I threw a fit because they wouldn't get me a Candace from Phineas and Ferb doll. And I acted out until they gave it to me, so I got 2 dolls that day.
Damn, look at you. Were you excited? Afterwards,
Yeah.
obviously, because you were crying and shit. But
Yeah.
What was the other doll? Do you remember what the other doll was?
It was a Cinderella doll.
Now, what was it, like plush dolls, or was it like a Barbie type doll, or
They were plush dolls. So like the Cinderella doll was like supposed to be like her as a little kid, and then there's the Candace doll, which is basically just a plushie of the character.
Yeah. So, did you get them at the same time, or did you have one first and then you threw your fit and you got the other one?
I had the Cinderella doll first because we had gone to It's a Small World and then it ended, and they had the gift shop and they had the dolls there. So I asked for a Cinderella one, and then like I think we were getting close to leaving and we went to this like store and it had like the little Mickey gloves that were like hanging down, and they would pick stuff up and then like they go through a weird tunnel and it would like be empty. So they had that, and they had like a bunch of character ones, and I saw her and I asked for her. So they got it for me after I threw a tantrum.
Oh man. But so when you went home and you had both the dolls, were you just like, oh, today was a kick-ass day?
Yeah. I was happy.
Are you as big of a Goofy fan as Jesse down here? Or does he beat you?
Jesse beats me in a Goofy fan.
No.
I'm more of a Baymax from Big Hero 6 fan.
Oh, the inflatable one?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Do you have a plush doll of that one?
I have a Funko Pop of him, and I have like an action figure of him. And then at Disney, the Disney store in the mall, they have like those figurines that you can like use as cake toppers.
Oh, huh.
I have those, but Ezra usually plays with them, so.
Look at Jesse down there. Oh man. Well, I'm glad you got both the dolls that you asked for. Well, you asked for one and you threw a tantrum with the other one.
Uh-huh.
Oh man. Would you now? I guess I'm thinking way ahead of time now. Like when you have your kids and you do that, and let's say your child throws a tantrum the way you did, would you give in and give your child that doll, or would you just give it to him before even throwing the tantrum?
I would probably laugh and be like, "Ha, same," and then and then just get them the toy and just do what my parents did. We're like, "Okay, that's the only thing we're getting you."
They clearly don't.
They
Yeah,
don't,
I mean,
though,
obviously
but-
it doesn't matter because I mean, that's
Yeah,
probably
I
what they
don't
told
think
you
that-
with the
I don't
other
think
doll,
that
and you
worked.
still got both. Oh man, Jesse, you got any questions for Alondra Sodium Bomb?
So that really the last time you went to Disneyland?
No,
That was her fondest memory of.
that was
Disneyland.
the. I think we went to Disneyland with Omar and.
Oh, that's right.
For Christmas,
Yeah.
and
I remember.
I think that was the last time we went because I used to go with my tia Ana back in when I was like 8, but
Yeah.
after that we just stopped going. We usually go to like Universal or Knott's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I do remember at Christmas time, and we took the picture in front of the castle in the nighttime.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Cinderella Castle, the
Yeah.
the
It's
one you go
actually
through, right?
Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Is it Sleeping Beauties?
Yeah.
The big one, like the one that's the like.
The one in the middle of the whole park. Yeah, that's Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Oh,
Cinderella's is I think the one in Orlando.
so there's different castles and different theme
Yeah,
parks?
and then there's another castle. The Shanghai. He's over here, right here in the front. Shanghai has the castle, but it's kind of like a mixture of all the princesses. So it's like the biggest castle of all the parks. But yeah, if you go to Disneyland, Ramon, when it opens up and everything, and you go to the castle, and you don't believe me that it's Sleeping Beauty's castle, you can actually go inside the castle. There's an attraction. It's like a walkthrough storybook.
Oh, shit.
So you're walking upstairs. You see like a window, and it kind of tells you like the first, like a bit of the story. Then you go to the next one, something's happening, and then at the very end, you see like a dragon, and yeah, from I guess it's Maleficent.
Maleficent, yeah.
So
Oh.
it's actually a pretty cool thing that they have. But yeah, that's Sleeping Beauty's castle. If you didn't know.
So, Alondronate Sodium, one last question before we let you go. If you can go, well, obviously, I mean, you're here in California, but if you can go to any Walt Disney theme park, you know,
I don't know.
what is it, Orlando, there's what, Shanghai, I think he said. Which one would you want to go to?
I already know which one.
The Disneylands?
Yeah, from all the Disneylands that there are, which one would you like to visit?
I kind of want to go to Tokyo Disneyland.
Is that what you thought, Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it
There's
because
two
of the
parks
experience
over
of being over in Japan, or?
It's Tokyo, Japan. There's 2 parks there.
Where's the other one at? Shanghai, you said, right?
No, like there's 2 in Tokyo.
There's 2 in
There's
Tokyo?
one in it's one is just Disneyland, and then the other one I think is called like Disney Sea, and it's like right next to the water. So it's pretty cool. Like their parade is a boat parade.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's where you'd like to go, Alondronate, over there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to go over there.
Sweet. Hey, yo, Jesse. You have any other questions for Alondronate Sodium? Oh, this way.
No, just be safe. Don't do anything crazy. Listen to mom and dad, and just hopefully once this all opens up again, we could go to Disneyland so you can have more recent memories.
Yeah. For real.
And you could get your Candace doll.
Well, this guy's dropping his phone all over the place. Yeah, man. But Alondronate Sodium, it was an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to have you on the Fetterly Club podcast. You should do this more often. You should. I mean, there's enough room for another square somewhere around here somewhere. Wait, where am I pointing? Right here. Somewhere, like, right here. So, if you ever want to, you're more than welcome. We love having special guests on over. Wish we could have had more time to interview you and, pick at your brain a little bit, but we might be able to do that some other time. But other than that, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. We love being here, and make sure this becomes a regular occurrence.
I'll try.
All right, for sure. But
Bye.
Bye. Everybody say bye to Alondronate Sodium.
Haven't seen her smile that much in a long time.
Yeah, man. But Yeah, I mean, this show's been a pretty interesting show. Oz, I don't know if you have any other topics you'd like to discuss.
No, that was it. Just guys watching, leave it in the comments. Your favorite Disney memory.
Yes.
Your first time at Disney. We will read those out to you out loud next week.
Go. Sit down over there, please.
I have a question for Jesse, really quick
What's
before
up,
we
man?
go. Did you ever own that goofy hat with the floppy ears? The one that was his floppy ears and the snout coming out this way, with the teeth.
Wait. What was your question?
If you own that goofy hat with the floppy ears and then the nose with
No, I just own the hat with the ears.
Yeah.
It didn't have the whole like the mouth coming out with the.
It's like a hat, kind of like an actual cap. So like you put it on and it has like the cap sticking out, and it's like two front teeth.
Like the bill of the hat is his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
you did own that hat?
I actually wanted that hat. And
Kind of like you wanted the Back to the Future hat, and I only saw you wear it once.
No, but I wore it up.
I didn't hear what you said, but yeah.
Like he's beating his child, and we're just
with Ramon right now. He did his little sports little segment, and he forgot to mention sports entertainment for AEW.
Okay.
And what happened this past week? Some amazing news happened. So it looks like
Kenny Omega won the championship?
No, well, not only that.
I knew where you were going with that, though.
It looks like there is a relationship in the works for TNA, Impact, and AEW. With Kenny Omega appearing on Tuesday.
Yeah, he's gonna be on Impact on Tuesday.
I have like an interview sit down at.
Mm-hmm.
He will be in Florida for the taping of TNA.
That's interesting as hell.
Now, how do you guys feel about that?
When crossovers happen, it's exciting.
Yeah.
When a company is up for a crossover, it's exciting. I think I saw something brewing because I saw the event for AEW Winter is coming. I saw it. Amazing. Damn, now that's a show. That's what I call a main event. The possibilities are endless with the Impact roster and the AEW roster. I already see FTR and the Good Brothers going at it. You know what I'm saying? I already see that. That's properly. They did it before, but they're going to properly give us a story for it. Now, could we call it like a kind of Survivor Series type of deal where it'll be Impact versus AEW going one-on-one? Now, I'm not too sure on who the Impact Wrestling Champion is right now, but seeing them seeing anybody against Kenny Omega is magic.
Hell yeah. I'm all for it. I mean, I don't watch wrestling as much as I used to anymore, but back then, like way back, like when WCW was still around, and the fact when they got purchased and they were gonna do the Invasion storyline, even though they fucked that shit up so bad, I was fucking excited as fuck for that. Just being able to see that rivalry between different companies, it's just, because you may have I like, the Good Brothers over here in Impact, but, I like, the Young Bucks over here.
Yeah.
And for you to be able to see them both, I mean, obviously it's probably, it's happened already, but to be able to see it again, I mean, and they're both in different companies, it's like, it's exciting. You get hyped up for shit like that. And that's honestly one of the things I think WWE is missing amongst a lot of other shit.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, I've said like, oh yeah, it's gonna make me watch it again. But I mean,
yeah,
go ahead.
I agree with you. When we were kids and we saw the ECW, WCW, and the WWE storyline, we thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Hell yeah.
Now, as you get older and you rewatch it, trash, completely trash, wasted talent. The story didn't make any sense. Yeah, it's just they didn't bring in the right talents because the right people didn't want to sign contracts. Obviously, good for them.
Yeah.
But they didn't work what they had,
Yeah.
and they didn't work it properly. When you're making Stone Cold a heel and letting WCW win, that's a stupid storyline. You want to let them win cleanly. Don't involve your other wrestlers with them just because they work with this. It's just a trash.
Yeah.
It was trash.
Yeah, that was a they completely mishandled that.
Mhm.
You know, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm for it. I'm for it.
Now, is this the beginning
Of the end.
of the end?
If they don't fucking get on their shit,
No.
yeah. I think so.
Who's ending? WWE?
Yeah, like WWE being the premier wrestling.
It's been over for about how long has been pandemic going on? 8 months.
Yeah.
They just been trying to slowly continue their business.
Yeah.
It's been over. They can't handle the pandemic era. They didn't handle it properly. They're getting kicked out of the Thunderdome. They have to move locations as of the 11th because I believe NBA season is starting.
Yep.
They have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna just put it to you into words. And I know people are like, "You guys talk about wrestling again?" Yes, we're talking about wrestling again.
And we haven't touched wrestling in a bit, so.
There's a difference in what WWE is doing, which is telling you 1 to 2 great storylines per show, where AEW is putting on a wrestling product and telling you a story per match.
Mm-hmm.
Every match on the card of this past week had a story. And that's what WWE is not doing properly. They're not letting their wrestlers shine on WWE. They're bringing them down. Look at Retribution. They had such potential to be one of the greatest factions in history, and now they're not even on Raw. They're on Main Event, which is their B show or C show or D show, whatever you want to call it.
D show, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You got the talent. You're not using them properly because you find them boring. It's stupid.
Yep.
You don't want
they shine.
and not only that. Oh no, thank you. And not only that, you're not even showing the actual main event shows or the superstar shows where that young talent is showing up right now. You're not even putting them online. You wait a month or 2-3 weeks for that product to come out on your network.
Yep.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
And not to mention the mishandling of the wrestlers.
Yes.
You know, and they're, dude. I think what got me over like the whole thing was the fact that WWE was trying to monetize their live streams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, dude? Like, as it is, they're barely making any income based on what they're doing because, I mean, sales have to be down. I mean, mind you, like, yeah, because people would... The thing is about attending live shows is the fact that you're there and you see all of the stuff that you want to buy as well.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah, you know, you got the WWEshop.com or whatever the hell, you know, you got your online sites and stuff, but... You know, the fact that you're there and you want to buy the program for a pay-per-view or you want to buy something that's specific to that event, you know, and it can be a wrestler-based thing. It could be I don't know, WrestleMania Sasha Banks shirt, you know, that's only made for that year that you're never going to get again. You know, you go and get all that shit and, yeah, wrestlers get money off of that shit because it's their merchandise, you know. So not a lot of people are going to be buying their products online, so they have to find another source of income. And, you know, with the whole up, down, down thing, a lot of these wrestlers are like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start streaming too. And a lot of them had a lot of viewers and
success.
Shit. You know, they did. And for them to have to shut their shit down because they have a contract with the WWE, that fucking sucks. I mean, you're an independent contractor to them. So, I mean, unless that was in their guidelines, like, I don't understand. I mean...
It wasn't. It was put in after.
Yeah.
After the fact. It wasn't even put in the original contract renewal. It was put in after.
Yeah, I that kind of sucked. I mean, didn't Paige have like a breakdown or something because of?
She had a breakdown, and I think she's on the verge of getting fired because she hasn't stopped streaming. She was streaming yesterday. She's not going to stop. She said, "This is the only income. I wrestled for you. I broke my neck for you, and you're going to take away my only source of money." Like, no.
Yeah, exactly. So. I mean, I think you know we talk about it as wrestling fans and you know we make jokes about it, but as far as Vince is concerned, I mean, yeah, he still has a great mind for the business, but it's changing.
Even look at the mishandling of the Undertaker's retirement.
Oh yeah, that I heard a lot of people were upset at that.
I mean, that was the only thing I happened to catch live, just because I wanted to see it. But you had all these wrestlers ready to pay tribute to kick them out of the ring. So that was a waste of people's 10 to 15 minutes of what you had coming. It was retarded.
So what happened?
Okay, so what they did was they had all these wrestlers come out: Kevin Nash, Jeff Hardy, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, all of that.
I don't know what happened.
And then they cut to a Undertaker fantastic promo package, and then when you come back, it's only Vince McMahon in the ring and everybody else is gone.
What?
Yeah, exactly. When they came back to the ring, everybody that had just come out to pay respect to the Undertaker was gone, and it was only Vince McMahon saying, 30 years. Blah, blah, blah.
So it was a la Chris Benoit, you know, when everybody was gone, it was just Vince in the middle of the ring.
That's right.
Did they have the screens in the back turned off?
No, the people were still there.
Yeah, I mean...
By the way, speaking of WWE, this Monday I will watch WWE Raw live from the Thunderdome. My application was accepted to be on Raw this week at the Thunderdome. So I'm just waiting I'm waiting on my link. It'll be sent to me tomorrow, Monday, between the hours of 10 and 11 to watch Raw live from the Thunderdome. You know,
so you're gonna be able to watch that like at work or you're off?
I'm off. I'm on what I call Coronacation.
Oh, Coronacation.
Coronacation. Oh no, that's California.
I have been trying to get into this thing for months because I hear that they give you different cameras, drone cameras, inside of the ring cameras. I will give you a full report next week on the podcast.
Nice.
Record a little bit of it.
Yeah, record.
I would try to
screen. That one of your
on my screen record.
No, well,
on my vlogs.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, experience it for the vlog.
Yeah. So this
do like a whole day. Like tomorrow, wake up, go get a coffee.
Yeah, hell yeah. If everybody's down for the Oz to do that, leave it in the comments, yo.
Shut up.
He's gonna watch it too.
And then do like a whole like, you know, hey, yeah, I'm going to a big event today. You know, just this is how I'm starting off my day to go to the event. And then you're like, hey, I'm here. And then it's like your room.
Yeah. Walk in through the front of your door and, you know, greet your mom and then go sit down in front of the computer and just, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So this is exciting for me. I've been waiting for this for a while. So I will give you full details next week. I'll try to record. I'll try to make a vlog out of it, but
no promises.
We'll see it. I'm also going to have to watch Raw afterwards to try to find me on the screen. So that's live.
So they record your reactions, I'm guessing?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Where am I going to be at? In the Thunderdome.
You better not put some Al Qaeda, some beheading.
I'll draw a little Hitler mustache right here.
No, just put the Fetterly Club logo at the very end.
Oh yeah, in the back.
I'm gonna have it in the back. That's what I actually thought. I'd have the Fetterly Club logo in the back of me.
Watch them kick you out because it looks a lot like the
Bullet Club.
Yeah, the Bullet Club logo. Well, I mean it is, but
I'm gonna have. Oh, well, then in that case, I'll just have the shirt on and I'll just randomly go like this, so you can see the Fetterly part.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Oh man, dang!
Show the little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the motherfucking bubbly. Well, with that being said, my peeps, this has been an extra interesting episode of the Fetterly Club cast. We went a little bit longer than usual, but that's good because it was a very entertaining one. You know, a lot of memories, a lot of stuff was brought up. You know, Jesse over here not believing that the monolith is real, but whatever. With that being said, Stone Cold Steve Jessers, do you have any words of wisdom for us?
Y'all know what y'all gotta do. Cases are at extreme high this time around, you know, due to it being colder, people not listening still. So it looks like we got a curfew and another lockdown starting today at midnight, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So I believe bars, wineries, personal care services are closed. stores are back to limited capacity. I know they were kind of easing up on that, kind of letting everyone in. But yeah, so it looks like stores are now are finally being more limited. Oh my goodness. Okay. And but yeah, so just wash your hands, wear a mask. Please be mindful of others. Just because you don't think the virus is real doesn't mean others don't and have other health conditions. And even though the vaccine is out or coming out, still kind of, that's really up on you. Like if you really want to take it, but
yeah.
Just be safe, everyone.
On Jesse's note, a lot of people might think that this whole thing is like crazy. It may not be real, but when it hits home,
Oh yeah,
It's real.
it's real.
it it really is. So
Yeah.
whether you think it's a joke or not,
Yeah.
if it's not for you, do it for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's true.
And especially you and I, Ramon, because you and I have older moms. Our moms are in our, and this, my mom's 64. And every decision, every choice I make, whether to not wash my hands or wear my mask or be protective, it's going to affect her in the long run. Because if I get sick, she gets sick, and she's a diabetic.
Yeah.
She's prone to seizures. She gets it 40 times worse than I do.
Yeah. So
I may be asymptomatic. She may not be.
yeah.
It's a scary situation to be in. So I understand that you get emotional. I get it, because right now, even those watching us that are in their early teens, 20s, 30s, it's not about us. It's not about protecting us. We have to be safe, yes, but it's about protecting those that are older than us, that are prone to death. This can kill them.
Yeah.
Yep.
This Chris, our friend Chris Abelos, told me that one of his neighbors, 82 years old, 2 weeks ago, just died from COVID where he lives. So it's not about protecting us. It's about protecting those around us and those that love us.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Please be very mindful of your surroundings as far as that's concerned too. Just like we said, if not for you, for the people around you, because you don't know their health conditions. You don't know what's going on. One day they could be fine. Next day they could be carted off to the hospital.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And just like, look, you have your mom, I have my mom. Jess has his kids. He has to do things for his kids. They're the most sensitive people in this planet.
Yeah.
So anyway, my peeps. So please sanitize, masks, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And if you don't want to wash your hands, put some sanitizer on your hand.
Run.
And run. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
and run. So on that note, I am the glorious one here with the Oz and Stone Cold Steve Jessers. We want to thank you very much for joining us on this
and sticking through
for real on this almost 2 hours full of podcast here.
Yeah.
But thank you for bearing with us, and again, we do this for you all. We appreciate you guys being here and dealing with our BS and our shenanigans. So
make sure to like, comment, especially leave comments. I love reading the comments.
Yes, he does.
I do. I enjoy it.
Plug in your jiggly boom boom.
Oh, you can reach me at OnlyFans at jiggly boom boom, $4.99 a month with the first month free. You could DM me on Instagram at phenomenalfkr. If you are coming from the podcast, please let me know from the podcast, because I get weird messages sometimes. And then that's it.
All right. Cool. So with that being said, thank you everybody for joining us. So until the next time, this is us signing off.
Bye.